guys, welcome to Irish Footy Vlogs. Welcome to another First Division preview show. I've Cian and Philip with me once again today. We'll start off, guys, with Bray Wanderers and Cove Ramblers. Obviously, Bray Wanderers are ahead of Cove in the league. Cove won the last time out. Cian, Cove are only 4 points, actually, 4 points off Bray in the playoff position. How do you see this one going?
Yeah, this is going to be a really tight game. You know, you can't predict these First Division games at times. I'm going to go for a draw here, being honest. The only reason being is I can't pick between the two of them. Anyone can win it, so I'm just going to stick for the draw.
Philip, how do you see this? Graydon obviously suspended for this game after picking up a red the last time out.
Yeah, I don't know. I think they were quite fortunate to get the point there during the night. So, I'm gonna go. I'm actually gonna jump in with Keno as well. I think it's gonna be a tight game. Like Cove have been doing all right. So, gonna go a score draw, Keith. I just think both sides they're having some sort of mixed results recently, and I just think that this will kind of show through. Both have been looking a bit better over the past few weeks. So yeah, I'm gonna go for a draw.
Hang on, I'm usually the man with the draws, lads. The two of you are going for a draw? No. Bray Wanderers for me. I think they're going to win this game 2-0 down by the seaside. So if Keith Ryan is watching, he'll be happy with that. Cork City and Treaty United. Munster derby here. Cork City United in the league, 12 points, 10 points behind Treaty when you think about it. When you really consider it, 10 points behind Treaty. Treaty unlucky last time out, Keane. It was a tight game against Galway, but they were unlucky. You'd get the feeling to be a bit more confident than Cork going into this game, perhaps.
Yeah, of course they will be. It was a really tight game. There was nothing between the two sides, Galway and Treaty. I watched the game, and there was nothing really between them. You know, could have swung either way. I think a draw would have been a fair result. But, you know, I don't know. Cork are kind of doing a little bit better, half better, I'd say.
Just better defensively, more so, but the goals are still not there.
Yeah, no. I don't think the goals have been there for a number of years now.
Oh
God, I don't know. I really don't. I'm gonna go Treaty here. I think they'll have enough. I think their confidence will be high. I think the best Cork can hope for from me is a draw. So,
Philip? Sorry, go on, Keane, yeah?
No, I was just about to say so, yeah. So,
yeah. Philip, Treaty were actually missing a few players the last day as well, by the way, and still could have got something out of the game against Galway. So, how do you see their trip to Turner's Cross going?
To be honest with you, Keith, I think this is going to be a very tight game. As Keno said, the last game was a tight game. I think it'll be the same. I don't know. I just think Cork have, the last couple of weeks, just signs of improvement from what they've got, like, do you know what I mean? And Treaty, like, they're not a team that feels sorry for themselves. They're fantastically well organised all season, you know. So, I don't know, I think it's just going to be a really, really tight game. I'm actually just going to tip Cork, and the reason why is I just feel the fans as well have probably just seen that improvement and will get behind them. Big derby, do you know what I mean? Like, I just say it's going to be a tight game. I think they get that win back, and I'm going to go Cork 1-0 because they don't score many goals, and as we said before, Keith, they don't concede too many either.
Yeah, I'm actually going to go which as well. I'm going to go Cork 1-0 as well, and it's funny to think that that's a bit of a surprise result, isn't it? Cork City beating Treaty, like, it's just, when you think about it, it's madness really, Cork City. But 1-0 for me there as well. Shelbourne and Cabinteely. Now, we've talked about how Cabinteely don't draw matches, literally. They haven't drawn this season at all. They tend to win away and lose at home. But this is kind of the ultimate challenge away from home at Tolka Park against Shelbourne, isn't it, Keane?
Yeah, I think this is an away game too much for them. Gonna go for Shells to win this. But at the same time, Cabinteely can show up, and if they show up, they're going to be hard to beat. They're going to be tough teams. So, you know, it really depends on what Cabinteely side show up. But I still think Shells will win, no matter whether the best Cabinteely side shows up. I still think Shells will have enough to win it. Ryan Brennan has just been like unplayable this year at the minute. Absolutely unbelievable. Like, he takes the piss in most games for Shells. He really does. Like, you just watch him, and it's a shame that we're looking at this fella in the first division. And I don't mean that to be disrespectful to Shelbourne, or the first division. I don't mean to be disrespectful, but this is a lot of these Shelbourne players. And look, the table speaks for itself. But a lot of these Shelbourne players are good enough to be playing for Premier Division football. So I think it's a building process for Shelbourne, and I think if or when they do come up to the Premier Division, like it's a good what would you call it? It's a good base to start planning on, and I don't think they'll make the same mistakes as they did last year. But I'm gonna go with Shells here.
Yeah, I think the scary thing with the Shelbourne is the fact, Keane, that they're getting better as well, aren't they? As the season goes on, some of their players, Mikey O'Connor's scoring goals now as well.
Yeah, he's looking like a really good player in fairness to him. He's starting to put the ball in the net, which is the most important thing. But the goals are coming from all over that Shells team. So it just shows you though. You don't need to have a striker, especially in this league. Like some of the best teams, don't really have a striker. Like you look at Shamrock Rovers' team last year. They never really relied on Arden Green. They never really relied on the strikers, and I think the best teams do that. And I think Pats are in that position this year. I think Sligo still kind of rely on Parks and, El Kenny now coming through. But even in the first division, you don't need a 20-goal season, man. The goals can come from around.
Yeah, that's it as well, Philip. I mean, Shelbourne, like we've talked about before, Ryan Brennan, you've got Maddie who can get goals, you've got O'Connor who can get goals, you've got, who else? Shane Farrell who can get goals. Even Georgie Poynton can score a couple of goals, can't he? In fairness, like they've got goals all over the team. Hard to see Cabo getting anything here. Talk Park.
Yeah, it's, from looking at it, it does seem hard, but I just think they've been really good away this year from home, and something. I think it'll continue. I don't think they'll win the game. I'm actually going to say they're going to draw for the first time this year. Personally, in my opinion. And the reason why is I said it on the review show there last week, Keith. I just saw a bit of complacency with Shells against Wexford. And I suppose there was a bit as well against Cork. So I'm going to just say that, not that they're going to be complacent, but I just think Cabo are going to be really at this. And I think if you look at those two sides that they played against where there was a bit of complacency slipping in, both of those sides probably on a given day would get beat by Cabo. So I'm going to say, yeah, they're going to go and put in a performance, and I'm going to say it's going to be a 1-1 draw.
Yeah, I mean, Cabo have to keep it tight for me, though, and they do concede a fair few goals, so I can't see them holding Shelbourne to... I think Shelbourne get 2 or 3 in this game. 2 or 3, maybe 1 to Shelbourne. I think they're going to win it. Wexford take on Athlone. We've spoken how Wexford have improved over the last few weeks. Having said that, they still have 3 points in the league. Athlone did get a draw last time out against 10-man Bray. Can Athlone get a win here in Ferry Carrick Park, Keane?
Yeah, I think that bad run of form without a win and stuff like that is probably going to come to an end here. Like if you could pick a game in the first division, this would be the game you'd pick. Now, I don't mean that to be disrespectful to Wexford, but I think they're the team that everyone wants to play, and even though they're improving, I still don't think they're fully there. I think we're not going to see this improvement really until next season. So I think Athlone might do it, but I wouldn't be surprised if it's a draw.
Philip?
I'm going to go for Wexford, actually, funny enough. I know that's a big show. It's a massive show. But I just think Athlone cannot pay any amount of money for a win at the minute. 10 men against 10 men Bray. Bray are a very good side, don't get me wrong. They've been really good the past few weeks, but they had 10 men for the guts of 80 minutes, 70 minutes, I think. So I think it just goes to show that Athlone are really struggling for goals. And as we said before, Keith, the chances have kind of dried up a bit. I think there'll be plenty of chances in this game against Wexford, don't get me wrong. But I can't look at Athlone at town at the minute and say they're going to win a game, because it just doesn't look likely as we've discussed the game previously. So, no, actually, I'm not going to go Wexford. I'm going to go draw. I'm going to change that.
You bottled it.
You bottled it.
I did. I bottled it. Yeah, I was saying to myself, will I call it? I was like, nah. I says, yeah, I'll call it. I was like, oh no, that's a mistake. I'll go a score draw, but don't rule out a Wexford result.
He's covering all bases nearly here. So Athlone win. I'm going to go for an Athlone win, actually. I think they're overdue. I think there'll be goals in this game, though, for both teams. Could easily be 3-2 Athlone or something like that, a high-scoring game. So Athlone for me, though, I do think they're going to go and win it. Finally, then, the last game, it's probably the best game as well. UCD take on Galway at Belfield as well. And obviously Galway, a couple of wins in a row, a couple of clean sheets, 3 clean sheets in a row. Actually, UCD be delighted to get the win last time out against Cabinteely to stop that little mini rut they were in. Both teams with 22 points, both teams 11 points off Shelbourne. Cian, how do you see this one?
Yeah, look, I think the league is over for everyone. I think everyone's playing for playoffs, and you know what, does it really matter where you finish? For me, possibly it does, because you know, if you finish second, you know, you're playing a team that's finished like in the last playoff position, so it works like that. So it gives you might get a team that's gone in there in the last day of the season, and you know, stuff like that. So you might have a bit of an advantage, but in this league, I don't think there's many advantages you can take about playing each other or playing second and fifth. I think it's all really the same level. I fancy UCD to win this. Personally, I don't like the way Galway are playing at the minute. I know that slowly but surely picking up a few points, but I just this Galway United side they should be up there. I'm not saying they should be up there in Shell's level. I never said that at the start of the season, but I feel like they should be at least closer to closing the gap to about 5-6 points. 11, I think, is too much.
Yeah, so Galway, or sorry, who did you say? UCD, wasn't it?
UCD for me, yeah.
Yeah, Philip, I mean, Jack Keeney's back for UCD last week as well. Very good young player, captain as well. Galway, they can grind out results, Galway, Philip, but I think what Keane's trying to say there is they're not playing well enough this season to pick up the results they need to pick up to be closer to Shelbourne. How do you see this one?
Yeah, no, I completely agree with Keane, to be honest with you. I just think that UCD had their little wobble and then got a result now, so I think they'll be looking to build on that. As I say all the time, Keith, they're a brilliant side to watch, even when they're getting beat, because it usually is entertaining. So yeah, Keith has pretty much discussed it all with Galway. Like they haven't been at it, and although they have been doing a little bit better, in my opinion, the past couple of weeks, I just think UCD will have a bit too much firepower here for them, and I'm going to go UCD to win at 1-0.
Full house, lads. I'm going to UCD too, so 2-1 UCD for me. Look, lads, cheers for coming on. Appreciate that. Lovely stuff.